All right, guys, welcome to Clear Discussion. I'm John, and today I wanted to go over defending your points, or another way to say that, defending your positions in an argument. So it seems to me that there's a lot of people nowadays that aren't able or willing to defend their positions in an argument or in just a normal conversation where someone else becomes a little defensive or aggressive with their opinion. So, and I feel like this is becoming more and more expected, where we're just supposed to accept whatever the person is saying, and either A, keep talking about it in that non-confrontational way, or B, move on to another topic that's more friendly, or at the very least less potentially offensive. And overall, I think this is not good for us as people. I think if it continues and goes on with time or gets worse, I don't think that's going to lead to a lot of good results down the road. But that's on the pessimistic side of things. I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on the things that hopefully we can improve upon, which with this, I think if we use these tough conversations, we can improve ourselves and our communication. So first things first, and I got my notes up here. I think it's really important for younger individuals to change their mind on things. An example for me, I've changed my mind countless times since I was in high school, and for reference, I'm 24 now. I think it's good to have an opinion of something when you're young, and as life goes on, to change and develop that opinion on things. And that's, to me, just natural maturity. But for a lot of people, it might not be something that happens. And I think the more that life changes, the more you develop as a person. At least I hope that's the case. You know, if you're taken in life and life throws a lot of things at you, and if you take, and the majority of it you can use for the positive, you should change opinions, change ideas on things. And that's just changing your perspective on life, period. So that's breaking that down a little bit. I think not changing your opinion on anything when you're younger and as you grow is a sign most of the time of poor development and overall just lack of maturity. I think that happens for some people here and there. Basically, play the counter of this. I do think there are a handful of young, either teenagers or young adults who are incredibly well developed, where they got the perfect mixture of luck and wisdom, and they're on like a great path in life. But I don't think that's the majority of us. I think the majority of us are actively looking, hopefully, and trying to find the right and best path for us in life. And a part of that is going through our ideas and opinions about the world in general. So going into that main idea, I think it's better for someone to have to defend their argument and their points and to elaborate on them than for someone not to. It gives each of us the opportunity to fully embrace and detail our positions on whatever topic we're talking about. Doing this, with political, social, and religious ideas, I think is really important. I think that going through these tough topics and knowing your position on them is just beneficial in general for you as a person and for others, because you can hone in on what it is that you value, and with that it can help define your life, which is something that I do believe a lot of people today struggle with. And it feels like there's kind of a bit of a vacuum in that category, where some people just aren't sure what their values or beliefs are, and they're kind of in this unsure position in life. And I think having that in general for a short period of time, it's not unhealthy, but I do think finding what you believe and what you value is very, very important, and being able to explain that and defend that if need be, is also really important, and that's obviously the topic of the video here. So being able to do all of that and being able to do it professionally and with grace, and by that I mean defending your points and your positions without degrading or insulting the other side, is key. Because Also, again, it shows that maturity, that maturity. It shows that maturity in being able to express your thoughts and ideas without having to frame the other side as the bad guy or the wrong person, because realistically, most of us aren't actually 100% right on things. We might be partially right and partially wrong. And even if we're the majority of being on the right side, we still have things to learn. And that whole idea right there that I just expressed is part of my desire to start this YouTube channel. Because for me, and I'm someone who thinks I'm right a lot of the time, I think most of us do, but I know for a fact that I'm wrong about numerous things. And I like going over these things. Now, if you know me personally, I do get defensive about some things here and there, but I genuinely, and I'm dead serious here, I genuinely try to keep an open mind on things and to truly understand what the other person is trying to say. Because doing that, I know them better and they know me because we're able to bounce ideas off of each other, and it's a different person. So their perspective on something is completely different from mine. So breaking that down a little bit, I think in terms of going over ideas and whatnot is super important, especially with the development of people and learning to accept the actual points that someone has to make. And that kind of goes into, I believe, what's happening with the world now, where there's not a true understanding from a lot of people, you know, and not in the politically correct sense. I'm talking about truly understanding someone's point and them defending it well, or at least to the best of their abilities. So because of the way the world is nowadays, it feels like to me, I feel like there's a sense that we aren't expected to defend our logical and illogical arguments on a lot of cases or positions, and people are expected to accept them. They're just expected to embrace them and be like, okay, that's cool. And overall, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that people just listening to what you have to say, or in the case for most people, it seems like it goes in one ear and it comes out the other, and they don't actually hear what you have to say, and they're just like, yeah, sure, okay. And that's not true understanding of what you are expressing. And I think everyone should have that opportunity to say and to express what they want to say, but also to be able to defend it, to be able to know why you believe or value certain things, and to break it down for someone who is either, disagreeing with you for political reasons, for in terms of like social media for views or whatever, or if they genuinely just disagree with you. You should be able to break that down for them. And this position that others take, especially when they take a counter position to what you're saying, forces us, the people who are expressing our opinions or our positions on things, to fully embrace what we're saying and to believe it. And if you find yourself making a point about something and you're defending it, and you're like, maybe while you're doing this, you're in your head and you're thinking, I don't actually know if that's the right way to do it, then maybe that's not the point that you should be making. And I genuinely think if you have a topic that comes up where people are talking about it, and let's say people are like, well, really wondering what you have to say about it, and you don't have an opinion on it, it's fine to just be like, look, I don't have an opinion on this. On the other side, if you're like, I haven't done my research on this and I just don't have an informed opinion, that is 100% totally fine. So taking all of this into account, I think allowing these arguments and discussions to happen forces us to grow as individuals. It forces us to better understand what we believe. And it also allows us to develop our ideas and opinions faster and better than we would if we were unchallenged in the arguing or discussion sense of the word. So I think overall this is a good thing to be able to do, being able to defend, being able to know what you have to say. And some of this sounds kind of commonsensical when I say it out loud, and it is, but a lot of common sense isn't common practice. So all of that being said, that's the video for today. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree or disagree, and anything you'd like me to go over in the future, or any kind of topics that might come up. A lot of my videos, well, this is going to be the fifth one. My videos aren't really polarizing yet. They're very kind of appealing to most anybody. For the most part, it's kind of been about self-improvement and topics that just aren't charged in a political sense. They're very at least able to be heard by everyone, and that's good because I want to appeal to the broadest audience possible with these first several videos. And as time goes on, I hope to hit more polarizing or controversial things in the future, and to be able to express my opinion on these and have back and forth discussions with people, whether that's in the form of like interviews through YouTube, or if that's just communicating in the comments. However that happens, that's truly what I would like to do, so that way we can have more of a flow of discussion. So that's the video. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you later. Take it easy.